We are happy to have you here with us today. My name is Cherish Ombara, and I have been a member of this parish for the past 10 years. And needless to say, before I say anything much, you'll be asking yourself, who is Cherish? Cherish has been a boy who has grown up in this parish, and at a point in my life, things seemed not well. And they can confirm it. There's a time I was at Nairobi mental hospital. I was ill, I was going through depression. There's a time I was hospitalized at Kenyan. There's a time I was also handled with the doctors for medicine and some frontiers. Right now, I'm to talk about it, about sexual abuse. But all in all, God has enabled me to overcome one thing after the other. And me standing here today, it will not be easy, but I have to appreciate Kenyan partly with our organization called Right to Thrive. They have been hand in hand supporting me. And the church also has been a sponsor, a guardian, and spiritual advisor in my life. I am so grateful to know them. They invited me here today to come to speak to you about peace. Because when I attended the Holy Trinity Center as a primary school pupil, I was the chairperson of the Peace Club. We were very young then, 12 or 13 years old. So the purpose of the club was to invite community leaders and church leaders to come to speak to us about peace, moral character, and how to address the challenges we face living in a slum with limited access to resources. We struggle to have our basic needs met. We struggle for food. We struggle for clean water. We struggle for shelter. We struggle for safety and security. We struggle for education. We struggle with peer pressure. We struggle with choice. Choices for youth living in the slums are far harder than you can imagine. As a youth, I innately knew the difference between right and wrong, but the pressure to choose wrong seemed greater than choosing right. One night a friend came to me and offered me a gun and 10,000 Kenya shillings if I went with him to village market to rob some people. This was a time in my life when I had nothing. The idea of robbing someone horrified me, but the idea of getting money to feed myself was appealing. In addition, saying no to my peer could have a negative consequences as well. I told him I would think about his offer and that I would meet him at his home later, but I didn't go. I spent the following days running from him, hiding from him, absolutely terrified of him. One day we had a conversation and I tried to explain why his action led to a meaningless life, but my words were lost on him. And now he continues to struggle while I am lucky to be in school and certainly to be in university next year. People ask me all the time how I was able to stay on the right path. It was because the school, Holy Trinity Center, instilled moral character in me. I was surrounded by several priests and sisters who counseled me and inspired me to stay strong during the hardest years of my life. And I remember when I was very young, my grandmother would tell me stories that had moral meaning to them. She was always helping me see the difference between right and wrong, and to appreciate who I was. She made me feel like my life had a purpose which kept me going in the years I was away from her. Granny's life was hard, but somehow I always found her singing happily and at peace with herself and the world around her. I admired this in her and wanted always to find a way to maintain my own personal peace. As I have gotten older, the world has given me more reasons to be angry and cynical and filled with hate. But I refuse to be overtaken by such things. When I am stressed, I go to Adoration Chapel and I sit quietly in meditation. I sit with the silence until I realign myself with peacefulness. I choose peace. I believe that peace begins with each one of us on an individual level. It is our lifelong responsibility to continue seeking peace and working towards loving and respectful relationships. The most valuable possession you can own is an open heart. The most powerful weapon you can be is an instrument of peace. It's not enough to talk about peace. You must embody it. I challenge you here today to change your perspective of your own personal power and the influence you have on the world. Realize that if you want world peace, you must do your part to be at peace with yourself and everyone around you. It will take courage and patience and faith, not just in the God above us, but the part of God that resides within us. Thank you, and God bless you.